arrest me.
I don't want us to have.
I've told you where the vehicle is.
The truck was actually coming from Ring Road. It missed a step. So as it was trying to gather itself, it fell.
What we are witnessing these days, it is something we can no longer understand.
They should stop telling us and promising us all those promises are fake, giving us details of promises are fake. We don't want it anymore.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on BeeTv Major News at 6, reaching you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital. I am God's Gift Omone. Now the news in details. An officer of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps was killed when gunmen attacked the Catholic Immaculate Conception Minor Seminary in Ivianopodi Agenebode, Esako East local government area of Edo State. 3 students of the seminary were also reportedly abducted during the attack, which occurred at about 9 p.m. on Thursday. BeeTv News Best Orator has details.
Confirming the incident, the Director of Social Communications, Catholic Diocese of Auchi, Reverend Father Peter Ejelewa, said this was the second time in 10 months that the school had come under attack. He said the diocese strongly condemned the incident and expressed deep concern over the repeated targeting of the Catholic institution, its personnel and facilities. He condemned in strong terms the act of violence, describing the persistent attack as troubling and unacceptable. He called on the government to protect the lives of those who work in Catholic institution and the diocese.
The Diocese of Auchi condemns in the strongest term this persistent attack of Catholic Church personnel, facilities, and infrastructure. We call on the government to do more to protect the lives of all those who work in Catholic institutions and all religious institutions in our diocese and beyond. We hope that the security agents at the local, state, and federal level will take up this responsibility so that our people can live in peace and in safety.
Others, who include the Secretary of Esako East Local Government Area, said this is the second time in 10 months that the school has been attacked. And 10 months ago, a priest was kidnapped. And now 3 seminarians were adopted and a civil defense corps killed, while a local vigilante member sustained gun injuries. They said they are now living in fear of being attacked by gunmen and called on concerned authorities to find a lasting solution to kidnapping in the area.
It's a really sad situation. When we heard about it last night, I'm sure the security forces were mobilized. By then, I'm sure it was late. And it's sad that this is happening for like the second time. As far as the local government is concerned, we have mobilized all the security apparatuses to ensure that there are patrols, bush combings, and any other thing we know we can do to ensure that the people sleep with their eyes closed. People should be rest assured that we'll be on our feet to ensure that everything possible that we can do to guarantee their security is done.
Security is everyone's business, and if you see something, you say something.
In less than a year, it is occurring for the second time now. We just entered the school now. Everywhere is deserted. The students, we don't know their whereabouts. This opportunity to make a passionate appeal to the governments at all levels. Now we are not safe. The people are not safe. Even in the farms, we are afraid. People cannot access their farms again.
The locals expressed the belief that the security agencies at the local, state, and federal levels will sit up to protect lives and property. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Meanwhile, Edo State Police Command says it has rescued 14 kidnapped victims along the Fuga Agenebode Road in Edo North Senatorial District of the state. The command said upon receiving a distress call that armed men blocked the Fuga Agenebode Road, Esako East local government area, the command immediately mobilized a combined team of police operatives from Agenebode, local vigilantes, and hunters who responded swiftly and pursued the assailants into the forest. During the encounter, according to the police image maker CP Joel Moses Yamu, a gun duel ensued along Ogwe Hill by pipeline leading to Ajakuta. The security team successfully rescued 14 kidnapped passengers alive. Unfortunately, a 12-year-old girl was fatally shot by the fleeing kidnappers during the crossfire. One female victim is still unaccounted for, and search efforts are ongoing to ensure her safe rescue. This follows the reports that armed men suspected to be kidnappers ambushed and blocked the highway, opened fire on unsuspecting commuters, killing 2 persons on the spot and abducting others in a brazen act of violence. The Commissioner of Police Edo State, CP Monday Agbonika, commended the bravery and swift response of the combined security team and has assured the public that everything possible is being done to apprehend the perpetrators and bring them to justice. The command extends its deepest condolences to the families of the deceased and assures the general public that operations in the area have been intensified. Additionally, the deployments have been made to prevent further attacks and track down the fleeing criminals. The police appeal to members of the public to remain calm, cooperate with law enforcement, and continue to provide timely information that can aid ongoing investigations and security operations. The Edo State Police Command has strongly condemned the recent attack on one of the officers of the command by a group of unruly individuals. The command says such a senseless act of violence against a law enforcement officer who was carrying out his lawful duty is both unacceptable and criminal, saying that anyone who takes the law into their own hands by attacking security personnel will face the full force of the law. A statement by the police public relations officer, CSP Joel Moses, says the command is committed to maintaining peace, law and order in the state, and we will not tolerate any form of assault on the personnel aiding that attacking a police officer is an attack on the rule of law and the safety of all citizens. He said no life was lost as mischievously reported on social media, as calm has been restored in the area. He, however, said that investigations are already underway to unravel the cause of the incident, identify and apprehend those involved in the ugly incident. CSP Joel Moses Yamo said that the Commissioner of Police CP Monday Agbonika has urged parents, guardians, community leaders and youth organizations to educate their wards on the importance of respecting law enforcement officials and cooperating with security agencies for the good of the society. Maintaining that command remains committed to protecting lives and property and will continue to discharge her duties with professionalism and integrity, but will not hesitate to take decisive action against anyone who threatens the safety of officers and undermines the authority of the police or any law enforcement agency. The governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebolo, says the Edo State civil servants are now fully in charge of running state activities without the consultations of any consultants, which he said were allegedly used to embezzle the state funds under the past administration of Mr. Godwin Obaseki. Governor Monday Okpebolo disclosed this on Friday upon his arrival at the government house, following his victory at the Supreme Court. BeeTv News Best Orator reports that Governor Okpebolo said he would set up a commission of inquiry to look into former Governor Godwin Obaseki's records.
At the the victory celebration at the Government House in GRA Benin City, Governor Monday Okpebholo thanked God for the Supreme Court judgment that ruled in his favor. He noted that it was time to work and promised that Edo people will experience effective governance under his leadership. Governor Okpebholo said he's setting up a commission of inquiry to look into former Governor Godwin Obaseki's records on how he governed the state in the last 8 years. Okpebholo said under his leadership, the Edo State civil servants are now fully in charge of running the state activities without the consultation of any consultant, which he said was allegedly used to embezzle.
And they will cry. That one, not going back. We will set up commission of inquiry. We will do open interrogation. The whole world will see it.
On his part, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Honorable Dennis Idahosa, expressed excitement with the Supreme Court judgment and commended Governor Okpebholo for helping the party to win the various stages of court cases, stating that it is now time for them to focus and work for the good people of Edo State.
We are here this afternoon to thank God Almighty for the victory that He has given to us.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask the Edo people a few questions. We are with you. Obaseki is done with his 8 years. Where is his house in Edo State?
Nowhere to the town. Nowhere to the town. They carry everything wrong.
The person where you want to follow our Oga contest, where he house for Edo State? Thank God that the Edo people got it right. For the past a year plus now, I've been working closely with you. I know that you are a visionary leader, a leader that is selfless, a leader that wants the youth to grow, a leader that wants to empower his people, a leader that lives with his people, a leader that understands the plight of his people.
Yes.
You have offered yourself, and God sent you to Edo to come and do the needful. I also want to thank the good people of Edo State that voted for us.
God bless you, sir.
And I also want to continue to thank you, not just voting for us. You stood by us, you were praying for us.
Former Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Kamre Philip Shuaibu, congratulated Governor Monday Okpebholo and his Deputy Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa on their victory. He said it is time to work and Edo people will be grateful for voting for Governor Okpebholo as their governor.
Let's celebrate. As we celebrate, don't over-celebrate to the extent you don't pray for them. We must pray for them. For one thing, we need resources to carry out all the reforms that he wants to do in Edo State. He needs the resources. He's not going to use his blood. It is money he needs. So we must, as we pray for his success, we must pray for enablement, which is money for him to carry out all our business. Don't forget, always what? Pray for our governor and his deputy and his team, so that at the end of the day, all the good things he has for us will come to pass. I can see everything turning around, everything turning around for our good.
Governor Monday Okpebholo also thanked President Bola Tinubu for his unwavering support, pledging to ensure the people of Edo State enjoy the dividends of democracy under Tinubu's leadership as the president of the country, and reaffirmed his commitment to deliver 2.5 million votes for the president in the 2027 presidential election.
2027, I have promised 2.5 million votes. Are we ready? Are we ready? Yes! So by the grace of God, I serve you all the way. They say follow who may road.
The victory celebration attracted different groups, political leaders, supporters and members of the All Progressives Congress. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Ambassador Julius Iradia Adun, the Managing Director of Iradia Integrated and Logistics Nigeria Limited, Iradia Estate Company, Iradia Block Industry, and Iradia Sawmill, has congratulated Governor Monday Okpebholo on his confirmation as the duly elected candidates in the September 2024 gubernatorial election in Edo State. In a congratulatory message, Ambassador Julius Adun described the Supreme Court verdict as a triumph of democracy and the will of the people. He said what the apex court in the land has done is to affirm the will and wishes of the overwhelming majority of the people of Edo State, and also shows that the election was transparent, free and fair. Ambassador Adun further said the declaration by the Supreme Court in favor of Senator Monday Okpebolo against Mr. Aswe Ighodalo of the People's Democratic Party has proven that elections are won at the ballot and by the people who have identified with the grassroots, saying that the ruling confirmed Okpebolo's grassroots popularity and the growing acceptance of the All Progressives Congress in Edo State. Ambassador Julius Adun wished Governor Okpebolo and his deputy, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, sound health and God's protection as they pilot the affairs of Edo State. The Edo State Sawmillers Association, led by its president, Comrade Friday Agwokian, has congratulated Senator Monday Okpebolo of the executive governor of Edo State on his victory at the Supreme on Thursday, which put a final rear to the dispute in the September 21st, 2024 governorship election. Recall that Governor Okpebolo polled 291,667 votes to beat his closest opponent, Aswe Ighodalo of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, who scored 247,274 votes in the September 21st governorship election result declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission, and the outcome was challenged by the PDP and Aswe Ighodalo. Comrade Agwokihan, in a statement on behalf of the association, hailed the people of Edo State for reposing confidence in the APC and its renewed hope agenda and rewarding the party with Okpebolo's victory. He stated that Edo people spoke through the ballot, which has been reaffirmed by the Supreme Court in the land, adding that the Supreme Court judgment truly demonstrates that Edo people gave their mandate to Okpebolo. He also congratulated President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for deepening democracy in the country, adding that the outcome of the Edo State election, which was affirmed and reaffirmed by the Tribunal, Court of Appeal, and the Supreme Court, shows a vote of confidence in the Tinubu administration. Comrade Agwokihan promised that the Edo State chapter of Sawmillers will wholeheartedly support the administration of Governor Monday Okpebolo to enable him succeed in the governance of Edo State and in delivering the dividend of democracy to the people of the state. The senior pastor of Wonders Synagogue Prayers Ministry, also known as Healing and Deliverance Mountain, Pastor Simon Okehelem, aka Ebube Wonder, on Thursday was arraigned at the Edo State High Court over allegations of rape and birth of illegitimate child. BeeTv News Osaroge Agwebo has details.
38-years-old Benin-based pastor Simon Okehelem Mountain arraigned before Justice Irabo at the Edo State High Court Criminal Court 1 with the charge sheet and the suit number BLOD/23M/2025 reviewed a 2-count charge bordering on rape and intent to commit a felony. The victim, identified as Mrs. Isoken Vivian Agbedu, alleged that Pastor Simeon Okehelem raped her in February 2022 at Wolo Community, Benin City, an incident that reportedly resulted in the birth of a child. Following a motion ex parte, Justice Irabo ordered that the accused be remanded at the Benin Correctional Center for an initial period of 14 days, pending legal advice from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, Edo State Ministry of Justice. State Prosecutor P.O. Odion Esquire told the court that the alleged offense was committed within the Benin Criminal Division. Speaking with journalists after the court session, counsel to the victim, Clinty Ogbebo Esquire, commended the Nigeria police for their professionalism in handling the matter.
The lady in question, who is my client, Agbedo Uwe, Mrs. Sokan Agbedo Uwe, wrote a petition to the Commissioner of Police where investigation commenced since last year. And all this while the police have been trying to track the said suspect, the pastor, to no avail. Till very of recent, he was able to, the police were able to arrest him. And sequel to him, a DNA paternity test was conducted on the child, which the victim, Mrs. Soken Agbedo, we alleged that the pastor impregnated her during the course of this rape. So, and the paternity test came out sometime last week, and it was read to the audience sometime this Monday, wherein it was disclosed that Pastor Simeon Okeyele was the father of the child. By the DNA test, he was 99.9% as the father. Upon that development, the police swung into action and rearrested him. And today, be the 10th day of July 2025, they decided to arraign him before the State High Court here, particularly the Criminal Division, where he has been remanded to Benin Correctional Center here in Benin City.
The case is expected to continue as legal advice being awaited for the DPP's office while Pastor Okeleme remains in custody. Osarogi Agwebo reporting for BeeTv News.
Meanwhile, Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebolo has ordered the immediate redeployment of security personnel, including the camp commandant, who were on duty at the government house in Benin City on Friday, 11th July 2025, following the controversial lockout of journalists and members of the All Progressives Congress from accessing the premises during the Supreme Court victory celebrations. A statement by Fred Itua, Chief Press Secretary to the governor, said the governor, who expressed deep regret over the incident, described the action as unacceptable and inconsistent with his leadership style. He emphasized that he remains a people-focused and accessible leader who holds the media and his supporters in the highest regard. According to him, the exclusion of invited guests and supporters was not only unauthorized, but also in complete contradiction to the spirit of the celebration. He also said Governor Okpebolo has constituted an investigative committee to identify all those involved in the unfortunate incident. He assured the public that anyone found culpable would face appropriate disciplinary action, adding that his administration would not tolerate acts that seek to ridicule or alienate the very people who stood by him. The administration reaffirmed its commitment to fostering an atmosphere of unity and transparency, assuring all supporters and stakeholders of their valued place in the journey to rebuild and reposition Edo State. The Delta State government has thrown its weight behind a new anti-drug initiative launched by the Asagba of Asaba. His Royal Majesty Obi Professor Efani Azinge has engaged senior advocates of Nigeria who inaugurated the Drug Awareness and Rehabilitation Committee in Asaba, the Delta State capital.
The Asagba of Asaba is leading the fight against drug abuse in Delta State capital, calling for strong collaboration between traditional institutions and the state government. At a meeting with the Committee Director General of the State Bureau for Orientation and Communication, Fred Latimo, pledges full support, citing alarming NDLA data that over 500,000 youths used drugs in 2023.
As a bureau, we are committed to collaborating with the committee and other stakeholders to amplify the sensitization campaign and make a meaningful impact in our communities. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to our leader and governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oboribori, for his commitment to the war against substance abuse. His leadership has been instrumental in driving efforts to reduce the prevalence of drug abuse in the state.
NDLA Deputy Commander Victor Isabo reveals that over 1,000 kilograms of drug have already been seized in 2025, with nearly 600 suspects arrested and more than 400 addicts receiving rehabilitation.
Then for first quarter, we have secured 76 convictions. Whatever I say here, they are verifiable. I love that word, go and verify. I borrowed it from BeeTv. Yes. Whatever I say, go and verify. The correctional center, they are there.
NDLA Police and State Orientation Agency reaffirmed the commitment to collaborate as Delta prepares to expand the campaign to 58 secondary schools and all tertiary institutions.
A high number of youths. It's something that's they are being pushed to. Peer pressure. Oh, do it. If you don't do it, you have to feel among. So when you see things like this trend, it's also our duty as law enforcement officers to monitor the trend to find, okay, what exactly is leading to this very stuff.
Especially the little ones, even in primary school, as we heard, are all addicted or participating in drugs. So we are here to carry out his vision. We are here to carry out his goal. We are here to carry out his plan to work with the state government for drug-free Delta.
As Delta intensifies its war on drug abuse, stakeholders say only a united front involving communities, families, and government can save young lives and restore hope. Favor Kolawole reporting from BeeTv News.
Persistent flooding continues to affect the Benin-Uselu section of the Lagos Road in Edo State, with heavy rains exacerbating the situation. The major arterial route, which serves as a key link between Benin City and other parts of southwestern Nigeria, has remained waterlogged for several weeks over the persistent rainfalls. The flooding has particularly affected low-lying areas near the Uselu Shell axis, where blocked drainages and poor road elevation contribute to recurring water retention, causing damage to vehicles and rising commercial transport fares. Several small businesses operating along the stretch have also recorded losses due to reduced accessibility and customer footfall. Despite ongoing complaints, there has been limited response from the relevant road maintenance and drainage authorities. The absence of a permanent drainage overhaul continues to make the route vulnerable during rainy seasons. With the rains expected to intensify in the coming weeks, concerns are mounting over the road's usability, especially for interstate commuters and logistics providers who rely heavily on the corridor of daily movement of goods. The Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, have been recognized as one of the 100 most notable peace icons in Africa. Idahosa was honored alongside other prominent Nigerians and Africans at the recently concluded 100 Most Notable Africans Leadership and Business Summit held in Kigali, Rwanda. The event celebrated individuals recognized as the 100 most notable peace icons in Africa for their impactful contributions to nation building and peace promotion across the continent. Other notable awardees include Umar Namadi, the governor of Jigawa State, Imane Kindili, the chief executive officer of African Global Health in Morocco, Nikaise Nadembi, regional director at the Institute of Human Virology, University of Maryland School of Medicine, and Ibrahim Zana. The awards attracted a diverse group of leaders from various sectors, including politics, academia, health, and business. The local government elections in Lagos State got off to a slow start in several areas today, with officials from the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission notably absent from many polling units in Ikotun, Igado, and Iba. Despite the absence of electoral officials, some voters and party agents were observed patiently waiting at these locations for the voting process to commence. The delay raised concerns among those eager to cast their ballots in the crucial local government council elections. However, despite the initial hitches, while deploying electoral officials, security measures appeared to be robust across the visited areas. The promised adequate security by Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Olodore Jimo, was evident. with the police officers seen at various strategic points, including Iyana-Egibo, Ikotun, Igado, Igba, and Isheri. This strong security presence aims to ensure a peaceful and orderly election process throughout the day. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said the exercise was peaceful.
Civic exercise, and we've conducted, my civic exercise very well, and you can see that the atmosphere, all of the agents for all the parties are on ground, and in 3-4 minutes it's all over. To report and to see what is here, it's extremely very peaceful. We have loads and loads of observers, and people just want to sort of like learn, the lessons. But quite frankly, watching on the TV, maybe there are 1 or 2 logistics in 1 or 2 places, but I think they've also resolved them, because I was actually on the TV in the last 1 hour. You could see.
The elections are being held for chairmanship, vice chairmanship, and councillorship positions across the 20 local government areas and 37 local government council development areas in the state. In a bold move aimed at transforming Nigeria's solid minerals sector, the Minister of Solid Minerals has announced the launch of a new company designed to enhance the country's global standing, boost government revenue, and drive economic diversification. The report.
You're welcome, sir.
The minister says the new company is targeted at improving Nigeria's global rating in the solid mineral sector and boost government revenue and diversification, while explaining that the company will be majorly run by the private sector to ensure operational independence and shield it from political interference. The minister stresses the need to make the new establishment an enduring legacy of President Bola Tinubu.
We have appointed the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Solid Minerals Company in the person of Mr. Martins Immunity. When I came in and surveyed the landscape, there was no SPV, that's a special purpose vehicle, that could really act on behalf of Nigeria as a nation in joint ventures, just like it is done in the oil industry.
Engineer Yusuf Yabo, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, says the aim to the retreat is to position Nigeria as a critical global mining destination.
Every department and every agency under the ministry must ensure its work plans directly support Mr. President's vision for economic transformation through this very important sector, the solid mineral sector.
Martins Immunity, who will lead the new solid mineral development company, says Nigeria has both the human and natural resources to compete with major players in the global mining sector.
Mining is not a local business. Mining is a dollar business, all right? And if we want to be competitive, some few weeks ago we were in one of the biggest gold mining company, and I was surprised to see some Nigerians working in the management area of that company.
Chairman of the Senate and House Committees on Solid Minerals Development also spoke on the shared vision that holds the key to Nigeria's economic prosperity, emphasizing enhanced performance, accountability, and innovation in the sector.
As a legislature, we've worked closely with the executive. We've engaged stakeholders, all in broad terms, to propose solutions to the sector.
Before we actually process or do whatever you need to do, you must have fulfilled other aspects that the law requires you to fulfill as a Nigerian to enjoy even exploiting our mineral resources.
With a retreat focused on developing a coherent and resource-driven strategic work plan, which aligns departmental and agency activities with presidential priorities and ministerial goals. It is expected that Nigeria will in no distant time become a major player in the global mining industry. Favor Kolawole reporting from BeeTv News.
And you're still watching BeeTv News at 6. We'll be going on a short break. We'll be right back.
I am so happy for today, because today hearing the judgment of the Supreme Court is double celebration for me. Double in the sense that my little girl, Sumi, graduation is today. And while we are preparing and waiting for the day, the judgment of the Supreme Court affirming the election of Senator Monday Okpebholo came. So that is why it is double celebration for me today. I want to thank the judiciary because they have actually proven they are the last hope of the common man. Because in this case, I've always said it, Edo State people are the common people. And these are the people that are standing behind Senator Monday Okpebholo. I also want to use this opportunity to thank all the lawyers, our lawyers, for giving us the victory. I also want to thank Edo people who came out on that day to vote massively for Senator Monday Okpebholo. If not, we would not have been getting the kind of development that we're experiencing today. Anyway, I want to use this opportunity to thank everybody, Edo State people, the judiciary, and Nigerians. Thank you, and God bless you.
Welcome back. The National Youth Service Corps has expressed concern over the increasing number of corps members being rejected by the organizations to which they are posted. The agency made this known during a recent workshop with joint stakeholders organizations where it described the growing trend as alarming and detrimental to the future of Nigeria's youth. According to the NYSC, these rejections are becoming increasingly common and are depriving young graduates of the opportunity to gain valuable work experience during their mandatory service year. The agency further revealed that some employers do not even request for corps members, while others either delay their placement or fail to provide the most basic welfare and support systems required for their effective engagement. In more troubling cases, there have been reports of corps members being treated unfairly or subjected to poor working conditions. The NYSC is now urging employers across the country to create work environments that are respectful, supportive, and committed to the development of young Nigerians. The agency emphasized that the NYSC scheme is designed not just as a national service program, but also as a platform to equip participants with practical experience that prepares them for the workforce. Beyond the popular cultural aspects of the service year, such as the Mami market, the real work exposure corps members receive is a crucial part of their development. The NYSC warns that denying them this opportunity not only undermines the intent of the program, but also hampers their future productivity and ability to engage effectively in the labor market. Effort aimed at addressing these issues and reaffirmed its commitment to engaging stakeholders to ensure that corps members receive the support they need during their service year. In a landmark move poised to revolutionize healthcare across the African continent, the Presidential Initiative on Unlocking the Healthcare Value Chain and the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development have announced a strategic collaboration with Spark Global. This partnership aims to significantly bolster Africa's capacity to address its health needs directly by training and empowering its own scientists. The Presidential Initiative on Unlocking the Healthcare Value Chain and the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development have announced a strategic collaboration with Spark Global to train and empower African scientists to address the continent's health needs directly. As part of this collaboration, the annual Spark Transnational Research Bootcamp and Conference will be held in Abuja, Nigeria, from the 2nd to 6th of February 2026. The event will also mark the official launch of the Spark Nigeria program, which aims to convince scientists from all across Africa, universities and research institutes for hands-on training and collaboration using the Spark translational research model.
Our main goal from this is to expose our scientists and researchers to the best capabilities out there in the world, to mingle with the best scientists across the world. And our scientists are really also, many of them are world class, but there are some constraints here and there. So I think that forging that collaboration so that they can learn, they can be trained, and they can have access to wider networks.
The program is embedded within a 2-year program, which provides mentorship, which provides access to investors, provides access to collaborators across the world, not just in Africa, access to settings where you get different sorts of equipment.
I'm really excited. Nigeria is going to host the 3rd boot camp of Spark in Africa, where we have members from 10 or 12 countries within Africa coming to Nigeria to learn about how to get started with translating new ideas from academia into products that benefit patients and society.
The President of Ghana, Dr. John Mahama, has met with the leadership of the country's forwarders, the Customs and the Ports Authority. The meeting held at the Presidential Villa was aimed at streamlining maritime trade practices in Ghana, positioning the country for global logistics, and drive further investment into the trade sector. Let's take experts now from the Commission of Customs Brigadier General Glover Asong Anan, as well as President Mahama himself.
Our flagship policy, the 24-hour economy policy, is dependent on fast, efficient operations at ports of entry, airports, land borders, and the ports. In my first incarnation as, let me quote, let me use the exact same words that you used. We realized that we had bottlenecks in terms of our ports. The port that is operated by Gapoha was built by Nkrumah or was it in the colonial times? Yes. And it had served Ghana for so many years. We had tried to expand it so many times, but it had reached a point where there was nothing else that could be done about expanding that port. And so that's why we asked GPHA, together with their partners, MPS, to build the new port. And we're all proud of the new port. It's very fast, it's efficient, it's got all the modern equipment that can make port operations much easier than they used to be in the past. And so we did that for Tema. We also did some expansion in Takrady. And so as I speak, Takrady has some excess capacity that is not being utilized. And so we are also improved roads going towards the middle of the country or along the western corridor. It would expand the operation of the Takrady port. So all those are things that we're looking at under the overall infrastructure improvement that we're considering under the big push.
Indeed, I have had some interactions with the members of the GIF on a number of occasions, and a few of the issues raised here also came up. I think the major one has to do with the ICOMs, and we've made a lot of progress. There is a committee currently handling the issue of the ICOMs, and what came out is that the bandwidth that the ICOMs is currently operating with, it appears to be not that big. I think it has to do with connectivity. And so there is always some downturns when it comes to the operations of the ICOMs. But it's being worked on from the Ghana Link side. And especially when we are going to the 24-hour economy, we need to expand the bandwidth so that they can work very well. And that is being done together with them, and there's a committee currently handling it. The other issue has to do with the UCL. As at this morning, Mr. Jokache, just to inform you that I've given the directive. So all UCL items under the 21 days for frozen items, and then those for the non-perishables will be done in Tema. And so, so that it will stop this coming to the headquarters every time to come and work on your documents. So that has been done. Your Excellency, I've also taken note of the head-on issue that you raised. I'll delve more into it, and then we'll find some solutions to get to stop the leakage of revenue on that side.
And now moving to the business world, where the National Identity Management Commission has stated that its National Identification Number Verification Portal is operational despite continued complaints from telecom subscribers and service providers over persistent disruptions. Over the past 2 weeks, Nigerians have reported difficulties accessing SIM-related services, including SIM swaps and retrievers, due to failed NIN verifications. Let's now join BeeTv News Favor Kola Wale, who has details on these and more from the business world.
The situations have affected operations across telecommunication providers, including MTN and Airtel, who confirmed that ongoing portal issues have hindered their ability to process requests. Although NIMC announced the services had been restored earlier in the week, disruptions reportedly continued, leaving many subscribers unable to access mobile services tied to NIN verification. Telecom operators have since acknowledged the challenge and indicated that efforts are on the way to full restore access to the verification platform. SIM swap procedures in Nigeria require NIN verification to prevent fraud and unauthorized access, making the disruption a significant obstacle to mobile validation. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, OAGF, has confirmed that the delayed payment of June salaries to federal workers is addressed following complaints from affected employees. According to the OAGF, the payment issues primarily impacted civil servants whose salary accounts are maintained by Zenith Bank. A technical glitch in the bank's network infrastructure was identified as the cause of the failed transaction. OAGF stated that it is working in coordination with relevant service providers and stakeholders to resolve the issue. Affected ministries, departments, and agency NDAs have been notified, and steps have been initiated to ensure that outstanding salaries are processed and disbursed without further delay. The office has urged patience from civil servants and reaffirmed its commitment to maintaining timely payments going forward. Samsung unveils Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7 series with emphasis AI features. Samsung Electronics has officially launched its latest foldable smartphones, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Galaxy Z Flip 7 series, featuring new AI capability and enhanced productivity features. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is described as the lightest model in the series, offering a larger display and premium design. It integrates seamlessly on One UI 8 and is equipped with multimodal agent optimized for the foldable form factor, enabling improved multitasking and productivity. Also unveiled were the Galaxy Z Flip 7 and Flip 7 Arrow compact foldable devices designed for convenience and powered by a new edge-to-edge flex window. The device combines Galaxy AI with flagship camera system and portable design aesthetics, aiming to deliver an effective user experience. Naira closes week fixed as official market weekends, parallel market strengthens. The Nigerian Naira recorded a mixed performance in the foreign exchange market at the close of trading on Friday, July 12, 2025. In the official market, data from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, showed the Nigerian depreciation slightly to close at 1,532 Naira per US dollar, down from 1,531 Naira the previous day. The currency began the week at 1,529.5 Naira /$1 on Monday, weekends to 1,530 Naira /$1 on Tuesday, and appreciated midweek to 1,520 Naira to $1 before closing weaker, compared to last week's closing rate of 1,528.5 Naira to $1. The Naira experienced a minor week-on decline in the official segment. In contrast, the Naira strengthens in the parallel market, ending the week at 1,550 Naira to $1 on Friday, improving from 1,555 Naira to $1 on Thursday. Earlier in the week, the exchange rates remained stable at 1,560 Naira to $1. Earlier in the week, the exchange rate remained stable at 1,560 Naira to $1. Overall, the parallel market recorded a week-on-week gain. With the Naira appreciated from 1,580 Naira to $1 last week to 1,550 Naira to $1. Favor Kolawole reporting from BeeTv News.
And now moving to the global scenes, where the Air India Flight 171 crashed shortly after takeoff in Ahmedabad, killing 260 people. Also, Canada's Carney talked tough on Trump. Now some say he's backing. Let's now join our BeeTv News correspondent Harmony Agbafor, who have details on these and more from the global scenes.
Air India Flight 171 crashed shortly after takeoff in Ahmedabad, killing 260 people. Investigators found both engine fuel switches were suddenly moved to cut off, causing total engine failure. Cockpit audio captured one pilot asking why the switches were cut off, but it's unclear who acted. The switches were then turned back on, but recovery was too late. The switches are designed to prevent accidental use, raising questions of intentional action or malfunction. A past FAA advisory warned of similar issues in other aircraft, but no mandatory checks were made. The investigation is ongoing, focusing on voice identification and possible system faults. U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened a 35% tariff on Canadian goods amid tense trade talks, raising pressure on Canada's new Prime Minister Mark Carney. Critics question Carney's ability to stand firm, pointing to past concessions like dropping the digital services tax and not responding to increased tariff on steels and aluminium. While some argue Canada is giving in, others say it's too early to judge the outcome. Carney maintains Canada is defending its interests and the proposed tariff won't apply to goods under the current trade deal. Talks continue with a new deadline set for 1st of August. Kenyan President William Ruto, once celebrated as a common man champion, now faces historic levels of public outrage. Many Kenyans feel betrayed by unmet promises, rising taxes, police brutality and economic hardship. Protests, largely youth-led and cutting across ethnic lines, have intensified with over 100 deaths since 2023. Critics blame Ruto's overexposure and sweeping promises, while supporters argue his reforms need time. Though initiatives like universal health care and affordable housing show progress, public patience is wearing thin, and Ruto's popularity has plummeted. Some now label him as the most disliked president in Kenya's history. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is visiting China to strengthen trade and security ties. His 6-day trip includes meeting with President Xi Jinping and top officials. The visit signals improving relations after 2 years of tensions. Albanese emphasizes cooperation despite a disagreement on issues like AUKUS and human rights. Backed by domestic support and business leaders, he aims for stable, practical engagement with Australia's largest trading partner. And that is all from the global scenes for now. Harmony Agbafor reporting for BeeTv News.
And now moving to the entertainment scenes, where Kafayat Oluwatoyin Shafau, professionally known as Kafi, has transitioned from a performer to a key industry player in Nigeria's creative economy. With a career exceeding 20 years, Kafi has become a pioneer in institutionalizing structure and professionalism within the Nigerian dance industry. Also, a recent job posting by streamer Habib Hamzat, popularly known as Pella, has drawn widespread attention after requiring that applicants for a cameraman position possess at least a master's degree. The role, which offers a monthly salary of 500,000 naira, attracted over 20 applicants. Let's now have details of this and more from the entertainment world. Over the years, Kafi has established an organization that offers training, business development support, and career models for aspiring and established creatives. Recognizing a gap in structural and financial sustainability for creatives, Kafi launched the Kafi Creative Agency. The platform functions as both a service hub and a talent incubator, focusing on providing strategic frameworks for dancers, photographers, stylists, and other creatives. Over 80% of her enterprise has been personally financed as she continues to champion industry-led development with a focus on capacity building and creative entrepreneurship. In another development, where a video from the interview session surfaced online showing Pella informally engaging with the candidates. The footage features both male and female applicants presenting their credentials in a casual setting. The clip was triggered varied reactions on social media, with criticism directed at both the employer's qualifications criteria and the applicant's willingness to apply for a non-professional role despite their academic backgrounds. The development has reignited discourse around underemployment and the value of academic degrees in Nigeria's evolving job market. Veterinary Nigerian actress and producer Dr. Jaye Kuti has officially launched a new real estate venture, Terra Hive Properties Limited. The company will focus on the sale of residential, commercial and luxury lands with existing holdings in Mowe and other strategic locations across Nigeria. Kuti, who also leads J-Lex Aesthetics Productions, is expanding her entrepreneurial footprint while continuing her involvement in the creative sector. Through Terra Hive, she intends to diversify her income streams and gain flexibility to engage in more selective and impactful roles in the film industry. The actress aims to use both enterprises to drive innovation and contribute to industry growth in both real estate and the arts. American rapper Nicki Minaj has refuted viral claims suggesting that she is financially bankrupt. The rumors followed social media commentary alleging that she incurred significant losses after her recent tour and owed a debt to music executive Jay-Z. In her response, Minaj dismissed the claims and stated that she remains financially secure. She confirmed ongoing property acquisitions and indicated that she retains the capacity to generate substantial revenue through future projects, including new music releases and tours. The rapper also addressed the spread of the rumors, attributing them to targeted misinformation campaigns on social media. Her statement appears aimed at reaffirming her financial status and maintaining public confidence in her brand. And that is it from the entertainment world. Gift Omone reporting for BeeTv News.
The Ecuadorian international resumed training on Thursday after sustaining an ankle injury in Tuesday's semi-final clash against Fluminense, raising concerns about his availability for Sunday's final at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Renowned football journalist Fabrizio Romano confirmed Cecido's swift recovery, reporting that the midfielder is ready to play after sitting out the latter stages of the 3-1 semi-final victory. Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca confirmed the positive news during a press conference, noting that while Cecido couldn't complete the full training session, his involvement in the final looks increasingly likely. All eyes will be on the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey this Sunday as Chelsea lock horns with Paris Saint-Germain in the final of the 2024 FIFA Club World Cup. Joao Pedro scored 2 stunning goals for Chelsea against Fluminense. Despite being viewed as underdogs, the youthful Chelsea side under the guidance of Enzo Maresca is set to challenge the might of the reigning UEFA Champions League winners. Noah Lyles gets Olympic revenge against Leslie Tebogo with brilliant victory at Monaco Diamond League. World's fastest man Noah Lyles returned to winning ways with stunning victory over Olympic champion Leslie Tebogo at Monaco Diamond League. Competing in his first 200-meter race in over a year, Noah Lyles bounced back to winning ways during a brilliant performance to defeat Olympic champion Leslie Tebogo at the Monaco Diamond League. The American speed star in his season opener and first 200-meter race since his bronze medal at the Paris Olympic Games blazed to an impressive season best SB of 19.88 seconds, finishing ahead of Tebogo in 19.97 seconds, while Makanakashi Karamba made a big Diamond League debut in 1999 seconds for third. Super Eagles legend John Mikel Obi was part of a FIFA delegation at the New York Stock Exchange, spotlighting football global reach at Wall Street. Former Chelsea and Super Eagles star John Mikel Obi made headlines recently as he joined FIFA and DAZN to ring the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. Sharing the moment with his fans on social media, Mikel expressed excitement of this landmark partnership, receiving an outcome of praise from supporters. Mikel Obi's journey from midfield maestro to influential figure in sport of the pitch shows his evolving legacy, inspiring both current players and fans. His presence at the NYC alongside FIFA and DAZN signals a new chapter where football legends continue to shape the game of the pitch. And that's it on Sport News. Freeman Osawa reporting for BeeTv News.
And that is the size of our news package for tonight. Many thanks for joining us on BeeTv Major News at 6. I am Gift Omone. Have a good night.